Hey, it's Jamal. I just made it to the top 20. Keep voting for me.
The untold story of Jamal Roberts on American Idol, a quiet storm that changed everything. You probably won't believe what really happened behind the scenes of American Idol because the truth didn't come out right away. It wasn't until much later, when Jamal Roberts finally spoke up, that people began to see what had been going on all along. This wasn't just another interview. It was a powerful moment, one that made people pause, listen, and question everything they thought they knew about the show, about Carrie Underwood, and about how Black artists are often treated when they step into the spotlight. Jamal wasn't just another contestant. He became the first Black man in over 2 decades to win American Idol. Before that, he was an elementary school teacher in a small town, someone with a quiet charm and a big heart.
Carrie Underwood is receiving a lot of backlash right now. We just wrapped up a season of American Idol and Jamal Roberts had won, but it doesn't seem like Carrie was rooting for Jamal. Jamal's a 22-year-old teacher from Mississippi, and he is an amazing performer. I had goosebumps watching his performances, but it doesn't seem like Carrie Underwood agreed. So many people are calling her out for how she criticized him the entire season, how she would say that he didn't have stage presence. This tweet has gone viral, calling her out for taking this photo because it seems so forced, because really, she didn't want anything to do with Jamal. When he was announced as this season's winner, she didn't even stand up until all the other judges did, and it looked awkward that she was still sitting. There's also a lot of weird moments caught on camera, like where the judges kind of avoid being near Carrie. They don't want to be seen with her. When Jamal was announced the winner, all of the judges came up and they congratulated him, but she skirted around the entire group and just left the stage, trying to avoid him at all costs. Some say that whenever he was announced as the winner, she wasn't even clapping for him, which seems like poor sportsmanship. I have a feeling the viewers are right on this one. If you kept up with the season, comment below, what do you think? I think Carrie's face says it all.
His journey from the classroom to the national stage touched millions. But as the competition went on, something started to feel off. People watching noticed something strange, especially in the way Carrie Underwood, one of the show's most famous judges, acted around him. At first, it was subtle. Small things like her lack of excitement, the way she gave him lukewarm compliments, or how she seemed less enthusiastic than the other judges. But as more episodes aired, the tension became harder to ignore. It all started with Jamal's audition. He gave it everything: his voice, his soul, his passion. The panel was clearly impressed. But then Carrie told him to relax and get some swagger. At first glance, it didn't seem like a big deal. But as time passed, fans started asking, would she have said the same thing to a white country singer? Was there more to that comment? It wasn't just one offhand remark either. This sort of feedback kept coming. In one episode, Jamal sang "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," and it was electric. Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan stood up cheering, clapping like proud family. Lionel even made up a new word, jamalarized, to describe how amazing Jamal was. But Carrie stayed seated. She smiled a little, said his voice was nice, and then quickly shifted to criticism again. She said he needed to push harder to impress her. That's when people really started to take notice. Other contestants, many of them white, sang simple songs while standing still in overalls or cowboy boots. No one asked them to be cool or add swag. But Jamal was constantly told he needed to do more, move more, charm more, be more. It was clear he was held to a different standard, and fans were talking about it. For a while, Jamal stayed quiet. He didn't make waves or cause drama. But that changed when he attended BET's 45th anniversary dinner. A reporter asked him, point blank, what was going on between him and Carrie. He didn't lash out. He didn't accuse her of anything. He simply said, Carrie is a country artist. I don't think she enjoys every kind of music. She stayed true to her roots, and I respect that. But I believe the right person won. That line, "the right person won," said it all. It wasn't arrogance. It was quiet strength. And it sent the internet into a frenzy. People got the message loud and clear. One person tweeted, "She likes what she likes, and it's not us." Others brought up past moments, like when Carrie rolled her eyes during a Whitney Houston tribute. This wasn't just about one season anymore. It sparked a much deeper conversation about how Black performers are often treated differently in entertainment. Jamal never acted like a victim. He kept his cool. But when he did speak, his calm words hit harder than any rant could have. Later, Jamal sat down for an interview on The Morning Hustle with host Laurel, and things got real fast. She didn't hold back. "I didn't like her vibe toward you," she said. She voiced what many people had been thinking. It wasn't just Carrie's words, it was her body language, her tone, her expressions. She wasn't loud, but the message was loud enough. Jamal responded thoughtfully. He pointed out how other contestants didn't need to change or perform extra to earn praise. They were handed golden tickets without being told to have swagger. But he was expected to constantly entertain, move, and impress. And that hurt. Even though Jamal won the show, the story took a strange turn. Carrie posted on Instagram congratulating him. "Congrats to the newest American Idol. So proud of what Jamal did this season." At first, it seemed like a kind gesture. But days later, she posted something that shocked everyone, a photo of a baby lamb on her farm. She named the lamb Jamal. That's when social media exploded. Some fans were stunned. Was this meant to be sweet? Was it passive-aggressive? Was she trying to be funny, or was it a backhanded message? Jamal didn't respond publicly. He didn't need to. The fans took care of that. Comments poured in. "A lamb? Seriously? This feels like a subtle insult. Naming a farm animal after him? That's just weird." Even though Carrie had posted kind words, she never addressed the real issue. She never explained why her attitude seemed different toward Jamal. And her silence only made things louder. Meanwhile, Jamal kept shining. He was invited to more talk shows, podcasts, and even asked to speak at schools. Artists wanted to work with him. But through it all, he stayed the same, humble, honest, and calm. He said something important in one interview: young Black artists should be allowed to express themselves freely, without having to fit into anyone else's mold. He talked about confidence, how it took him years to believe that just being himself was enough. Then something amazing happened. A group of music executives, producers, and former judges offered him a major opportunity, not just to record music, but to lead, mentor, and use his voice to inspire others. What started as a simple dream turned into a movement. At a music conference in Atlanta, during a live Q&A session, someone asked Jamal, "Would you change how Carrie treated you if you could?" He paused, then said something no one expected: "No. Because if she had treated me differently, I might not have found my voice in the same way." The room erupted in applause, not because he threw shade, but because he told the truth with strength and grace. He had taken every awkward moment, every cold glance, and every unfair comment, and turned it into fuel. This wasn't just a story about one contestant. It was about something much bigger: how bias can hide in plain sight, how small actions speak volumes, and how one person's quiet dignity can spark a national conversation. As a new season of American Idol approaches, people are still asking, should someone who shows clear favoritism have the power to decide who belongs on that stage? Because when Jamal Roberts won, he didn't just walk away with a trophy. He walked away having changed the game. And now, here we are. Jamal Roberts didn't just win American Idol, he rewrote the script. Not by shouting, not by clapping back online, but by standing firm in who he is. He didn't need to make noise to be heard. His grace, his silence, and his calm confidence made more of an impact than any drama ever could. While Carrie Underwood has yet to address any of the criticism directly, her actions or lack of action left a lot of people with questions. Why was her energy so different toward Jamal compared to other contestants? Why didn't she ever speak up when fans pointed it out? And what was the meaning behind naming a lamb after the show's winner? Some might say it was a harmless gesture. Others felt it was a subtle jab dressed up as cuteness. But whatever her intentions were, the result was clear: fans saw it as tone-deaf and dismissive. In an industry where Black artists are constantly asked to work harder, perform more, and still face silent resistance, this moment struck a chord. But let's focus on what truly matters. Jamal never let the controversy define him. He used it to grow. He spoke honestly when the time was right. And he continued to inspire people by just being himself, humble, talented, and powerful without ever raising his voice. That's rare in today's world, where everyone seems to be yelling just to be heard. He reminded us that sometimes the most powerful response is not rage, it's reflection. Not noise, but purpose. And now, more than ever, people are listening. Young artists, especially Black creators, are seeing Jamal's story and realizing they don't have to fit into someone else's box to be successful. They don't have to change who they are to win. Jamal proved that by being true to yourself, you can still rise, even in systems that weren't built for you to shine. The question now isn't just about one season of American Idol. It's about the future. Should judges be held accountable for their actions, even if they're subtle? Is it time for new voices on these panels, people who truly see and support talent in all its forms, not just the ones that fit a certain mold? And as for Carrie, should she return as a judge next season, or should the show move in a new direction? That's for the fans and the network to decide. But what we do know is this: Jamal Roberts didn't just win a trophy. He sparked a conversation that needed to happen. He gave a voice to those who felt overlooked, judged unfairly, or pushed aside. And he did it with kindness and clarity, not anger. That's a legacy that matters. So now we want to hear from you. Did you notice the way Carrie treated Jamal during the season? Do you think her actions were unfair or misunderstood? Should she address what happened or step aside? And most importantly, what did you think of the way Jamal handled everything? Do you think he changed American Idol for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. This is your space to be heard. And if this story hit you the way it hit us, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next story that goes beyond the headlines. Because this isn't just about entertainment, it's about truth, representation, and what happens when someone dares to stand tall without saying much at all. Is it time for new voices on these panels, people who truly see and support talent in all its forms, not just the ones that fit a certain mold? And as for Carrie, should she return as a judge next season, or should the show move in a new direction? That's for the fans and the network to decide. But what we do know is this: Jamal Roberts didn't just win a trophy. He sparked a conversation that needed to happen. He gave a voice to those who felt overlooked, judged unfairly, or pushed aside. And he did it with kindness and clarity, not anger. That's a legacy that matters. So now we want to hear from you. Did you notice the way Carrie treated Jamal during the season? Do you think her actions were unfair or misunderstood? Should she address what happened or step aside? And most importantly, what did you think of the way Jamal handled everything? Do you think he changed American Idol for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. This is your space to be heard. And if this story hit you the way it hit us, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next story that goes beyond the headlines. Because this isn't just about entertainment, it's about truth, representation, and what happens when someone dares to stand tall without saying much at all.